What's up everybody, Pete with Auto Repair Tips. In this video, I got an 07 Ford Edge with a 3.5 V6 engine. And the customer said their biggest thing is they're driving along between 0 and 40 is good. He's saying like right about 50, but it's right before you get to 50. He's going along, he gives it the gas and it starts wanting to buck and die out on you. So the first thing I did was I got it back in, I threw the scanner on it. There is no check engine light right now, I'll show you. So if you look right there, there should be a check engine light up there. All we got is a tire pressure light, it looks like, and no check engine light. So what I did was, after, like I said, I threw the scanner on there, got up on the road, went for a test drive, got up to about 40, 47 miles an hour. I hit the gas on it, and I could feel like a misfire. And sure enough, the check engine lights started flashing. Well, that's usually an indication of a misfire. So let me show you what I found out. If you look right here, try and get you focused in a little better. You can see on the number 4-cylinder, we're up to 464 counts on the misfire. Everything else is at zeros. Give it the gas sitting here, doesn't do anything. It'll stay right there about 464. It might go up 1 or 2. But the biggest thing is under a load. When this car's under a load, that's when that starts to misfire. And it is, he was right on the money. It was right at 50 miles an hour, between 47 and 50. On something like this, I think the best way to do it is if I can get to that number 4-cylinder coil pack easily enough, I'm gonna swap it out with the one beside it. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna see if the misfire moves over to the next cylinder. If it don't move over, then we know there's an issue with either the spark plug or something internal. It's running too good, to be honest with you. Like when I cranked it over, I didn't hear anything like a compression problem or out of timing. I'm fairly confident this is just gonna be a coil pack or a spark plug. Another concern I got is, where is that Ford located? Is it up against the firewall or is it in front up by the radiator support? Kind of hoping it's up front because that's gonna be the easier one to locate. All right, so let's look up some data on this thing. Let's go to the home page. Let's go to Sure. This is the SE model, I believe it is. And it doesn't matter. It's gonna be the same damn location. So let's go to firing order. Let's go to diagrams. And oh, I am lucky. Number 4-cylinder. So this is the front of the engine. This will be facing the passenger fender. And the 1, 2, and 3 are up against the firewall. 4, 5, and 6 are going to be up against the radiator support. So I'm going to swap out 4 and 5 and let's see if that misfire moves. If it moves, we know it's a coil pack. If it don't move, I'm going to check the spark plug next. So you were looking at the diagram earlier. That's the front. This is 4, 5, and 6. We're just going to swap 4 with 5. And of course, it's going to be 500 degrees because I was just driving it. Good habit to get into. Just sitting there looking at it right here, there's 3 different coil packs in this thing. This one's got a D on it for maybe like Denso or something. This has got nothing on it and that's old. So there's 3 different coil packs in this car. But like I was saying before I lost my train of thought, when you're looking at these coil packs and you're pulling this one out, check the boot. Make sure there's no arcing out of the boot anywhere. This coil pack does not look that old. It's even got some dielectric grease. Dielectric. It's even got some dielectric grease on it to where it's even got some of the dielectric. Damn, I can't talk. So looking at the boot, this looks fairly new. It's even got some of the grease on the dielectric grease on there. That's all right. We're still going to swap it and go for a ride and see if it moves. Could be a fuel injector too under a load. But this is our starting point. This is the quickest and easiest way to do it. Man, there's a guy rode by in a Camaro a minute ago. Mind you, this is like a 35 mile an hour zone. That boy was trucking about 90 and still getting it. All right, let's plug this in. And I'm gonna reset my values at 0 before I hit my test drive. That way we can start with a fresh screen. I don't want to snap on. Bless you. You're welcome. There you go. Let's go back to the home screen. We hit the scanner. Yeah, we have to retry this because I cut the key off. Should connect though. Should connect. All right, so if we look here, our miss counter, I haven't even gone anywhere. and the number 4 cylinder sitting at 0, and number 5 cylinder sitting at 9. So we're going with a cool pack that's breaking down. I don't even have to test drive it. So if you're at home and you don't have all these high dollar tools to, you know, find some misfires and see if this is working and see if that's working, just swap out cool packs like I did. I have all these high dollar tools, and sometimes that's still the fastest way to do it. When I was talking to the customer, he said he wanted to keep the cost at a minimum. It is close to Christmas, and you know, everybody's watching their money right now. So I am going to recommend probably just one cool pack, but I will let him know that my past experience is cool packs, they kind of seem to follow each other. One goes out, the next one goes out later, and it's just like right on down the line. But for right now, we're going to go with one coil pack. Misfire actually still rising as we sit here, but no check engine light because it's not that bad. What was I saying before I went off on a rant? Let me get a part order, we'll get it on, and we'll check that misfire again. All right, we're going to put some of this dielectric grease on this thing. We're going to slap it in. And the reason why I'm doing the number 5, because I'm sure somebody's wondering, is remember we swapped out coils? So this is the bad coil. I know y'all remember. I was testing you. We're just testing you. All right, get the plug back on there. Man, I hate these things. Sometimes they just don't want to snap on there. Make sure you feel it click. All right, not very good. There's a clip there, it just don't want to clip over top of it. Sometimes you can raise up on the clip and make it stick on there. There you go. And what I mean by that is on the clip, the tab you push down, when you put it on, pry it up. And sometimes the aftermarket ones, they're a little bit weird. So if you pull up on that clip, it'll snap it over the tab. All right, let's go ahead and get the scanner on. Should be able to hit retry. Should pick up where it left off at. This is your current miscycle counts right here, and we're still sitting at zeros. And remember number 5, when I swapped it over, just sitting here, it kind of gradually went up a little bit, really slow. What I think I'm going to do is, hey Carl, I'm going to run this down the street real quick. Watch the front office. Moose took out the ass into somebody. All right, we're out of here. 40 miles an hour. Nothing. 50. Floor. Looking good. We just got up to about 55, 60 miles an hour with no misfires. I will not argue with that. No misfires and no check engine lights. The only light on is the tire pressure monitor. So just like that, this job is done. This is so doable at home. You don't have to have, like I was telling you earlier, all those high dollar tools. You could have a pocket scanner, see what's misfiring, swap that coil pack out, see if that misfire moves along. If it does, you know it's a coil pack. If it doesn't move along, check your spark plug, check compression. But earlier, one of the first things I did was when I did crank it, I made sure that I put it in like a clear flood mode. So when I was cranking it, I could hear the engine. There was no skips in it, so I could tell right then there was nothing wrong with the compression. If it had anything other than a coil pack, it would either be a spark plug or a fuel injector problem. Again, skill level on this is about a 2. It's definitely doable at home. Lucky enough for this guy, we saved him a bunch of money, especially here at the holidays. Maybe he'll buy me something nice for Christmas, right? All right, guys, I appreciate you watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and leave a comment. Catch you later.